goal to collect 10,000 handmade masks in 2 weeks. The masks will help preserve and extend the health system's supply of personal protective equipment needed to care for patients in the days ahead.
You guys have become pretty creative.
We've had to be, yeah. Whether it is opening an account, we can do most of the information over the phone. They can come through the drive-thru to sign the documents. We've done notary through the drive-thru. We do loan applications over the phone. We've signed documents through the drive-thru.
Thanks to your donations, the Salvation Army is helping those affected by COVID-19.
Beautiful Bowling Green Country Club in Front Royal will remain open for business.
You are not alone. At Rappahannock Electric Cooperative, we're dedicated to providing safe and reliable electricity. We're all in this together. We're still your neighbors.
This isn't what I wanted to do this project on. I assumed I'd do something about my friends, with my friends, some sort of emotional tribute to the people that have been there for me. I assumed I'd take advantage of the extra $500 I pay in tuition every semester for camera equipment and make something really nice looking, something professional grade that I could stick in portfolios as a way of showing my compositional skills. Or that I'd at least have a microphone to record this with. I assumed I'd be out on the highway and in the mountains getting these incredible scenic shots and everyone would be so impressed and I'd get a 100 and go home for the summer feeling accomplished for once. Well, you know what happens when you assume. Adjusting back to life in my parents' home has been difficult. I came back because Manassas seemed safer than Harrisonburg at the time, and because I thought I might be able to get a raise working farther north. Turns out neither of those things are true. But I've moved all of my clothes and shit out of my apartment, so it's too late to go back, really. Besides, living at home is a lot cheaper. Amazing how much less your utilities are when you're not using them. And gas costs next to nothing now. Little victories, I guess. I was excited to be home for about 3 days. None of us realized that this was actually a big deal that first week after spring break. We all figured we'd be back in school before the semester ended. Things were still open. People were at the beach. That's all over now. It's been a month of my only human interactions being with my parents, my neighbors, or my boss. I'm recording this in a 7-Eleven parking lot just because I needed to get out of the house. I feel 16 again. I have to ask my mom to turn on the internet so I can do my homework in the morning, because she doesn't like it on when she's not home. I can't shower, use the microwave, open the freezer after 9 o'clock because it's too loud. I wake up in a cold sweat when I hear the garage door open in the mornings. I can't just leave the house to get something to eat. And I'm hiding clothes again. My mom had a habit when I was younger of offering to do my laundry so she could go through it. I've lost more than I can count this way. Shit from the men's section she didn't want me buying in the first place, or t-shirts that fit too big, or sports bras that flatten me out, or just anything she thought was ugly. I've got clothes hidden in drawers under the bed. The worst of the worst, the stuff that wouldn't have made it through unpacking, is behind my washing machine in my old apartment. I thought I would be losing my mind more, but then I realized I've done this before. This is not my first quarantine rodeo, and this time isn't nearly so upsetting as the last. I was a high school senior. My mom decided that the cure for being gay was to keep me in the house for about 6 months. She hid my car keys. I took the bus to school. She called my job and quit for me. I did not have a phone. I did not have a TV. She called out of work for a week and didn't leave her bedroom the whole time. From January through June, I went to school, I came home, I sat on the couch in silence for as long as I could stand it, and then I went to bed. I did not get an 18th birthday. That's a quarantine. This isn't what I wanted to do this project on, but what else is there right now? It got easier. By March, she spoke to me again. By April, I'd been given my grandmother's old phone to make sure I didn't die while I was at school. It was no smartphone, but the connection to the outside world was there again. By May, she realized I wasn't going to apologize, that I wasn't going to talk about this with her, that I would wait it out for the rest of my life. By June, things were normal again. Okay, that's a lie, nothing about this is normal. But we pretended things were. People are asking how you make it through a time like this without going crazy. The answer to that is in the small things. During my first quarantine, I found myself looking forward to school at 7 in the morning, to whatever bad pay-per-view movies my mom had rented when I got home, when the TV was allowed again in February, to sitting in my 4th block English class that I didn't even need to graduate and drawing in a spiral notebook. Now I look forward to regulars at work and new coffee creamer in the morning and peach-flavored wines on nights where I don't work mornings the next day. And I've started sleeping with the windows open, rain or shine. The water is ruining my curtains and the wood windowsill, and it's not unusual for me to wake up and find that it's a chilly 50 degrees in my room. But I hear the bugs when I go to sleep, and the birds when I wake up, and the storms and the wind, and the neighbors getting home at night, and my dad leaving for work at 2:30 in the morning, and kids walking dogs, and a million other things. Little things. Reminders that there is a normal to return to, eventually.